So what we're going to do now is we're going to look at adding the functionality to set the main photo inside the client. So what we'll do is we'll just go across to our member service, and what we're going to do in here is we're going to add a new method to set the user's main photo. So we'll say set main photo, and what we'll take in here is the photo ID and make this, well, it is a number. And what we'll do, we'll return this.http .puts, and we'll say list.base URL plus, and then we'll go to our users and set -main -photo method, and then we say / and plus the photo ID. And then all we're going to do is, because it's a put request, we do need to send something in the body, but what we can send up here is an empty object. And that will suffice for our service for the time being. And then what we'll do, we'll go across to our photo editor component, and what we'll need to do is we'll need to provide a set main photo method inside here. So let's just add it here. It doesn't really matter where we put these methods, as long as we're happy with their location ourselves. The computer or an Angular certainly doesn't care. So what we'll do, we'll say set main photo, and we'll pass in the photo to this method, and then we'll go to our member service, which we need to bring into this. So we'll go and add it and inject it inside here. So we'll say private member service, and we'll bring in members service, and then we can say member service. Oh, I've made a spelling mistake. This should be service instead of service. So we'll say service, and then we'll use the set main photo and pass through the photo.id, and then we'll subscribe. And in the subscribe, what we'll do is we'll say that this.user.photoURL equals photo.url. And then what we'll do, we'll go to our account service, and we'll use the set current user method in there, and we'll pass through this.user, which is going to update both our current user observable, and it's also going to update our photo inside local storage, because we're also setting that inside there as well. And what that means, if we close our browser and then come back, it's going to be able to get the photo out of what we're storing in there and use that to display on our navbar. What we'll also do is update this.member, and we're going to set the photo URL for this to the photo.url. And then what we need to do is go through each of the member photos and switch the one that is main to false, and set the photo that we have here to true. So what we can use for that, we can say list.members or listMember.photos, and we can use for each, and we'll use p goes to, and inside here what we can do, we can check to see if p is the main photo currently, and if it is, then we're going to say p.isMain equals false. And if it's, and then we'll look for p.id that matches the photo.id, and we'll set p.isMain equal to true for that one, because that's the one we're setting to the main photo. And what we'll do, we'll head across to our template, and we've got the little ellipsis there. We should tell this that this is a type of photo. Those little ellipses are quite hard to see, but they do give us a warning that something's not quite right. So we do have a photo type, so we might as well use it. And we'll head over to our photo editor component HTML. And what we want to do inside here is concentrate on this button. Of course, we're going to be setting our photo to main. So let's bring this down. So we're going to do a few things inside here. And let's just move that stuff to one side for now. And what we want to do in here, first of all, we're going to disable this button if the photo is main. So we're going to give this a condition and say photo.isMain. And then we add our click event, and we're going to set this click event equal to set main photo, and we pass the photo as its parameter. And what we also want to do is specify what class this is if this is the main button. so that we differentiate between the photos that are not currently set to the main photo and the one that currently is. So what we'll do is we'll use ng class, and what this allows us to do is add an expression, and we'll use single quotes for this. And what we'll do is we'll say photo.isMain. And then we'll add a ternary operator, so we'll add a question mark. And if the photo is main, then we're going to give it a certain class. So what we'll do is we'll add double quotes this time, and we'll say btn-success, and we'll also say active. And then after the double quotes, then we do the other part of the ternary operator. And this is what we display if the photo is not the main. And what we'll use for this is btn-outline-success. And let's go across and see how we're doing. So we'll just go across, let's just refresh the page, make sure that any changes we've made have taken effect. And we can see that we've got the option to click the button to select the main photo, and the main photo currently is disabled. So let's pick another photo and click on this one. We've got some differences here between the different options, but let's click on this main photo, and we can see that we've updated the photo in a navbar, and we've also updated the photo in our profile here. And if we try this again, then we get this updated. Try it again, and it's updated in here as well. If we refresh the page, then the changes persisted. If I click on edit photos, I change the main photo once again, then we get our updated photo. If we go to matches, and we see our main photo there, and then we go to edit profile, and then we edit photos, and then if we click a different photo, and then we go back to matches, then this is updated as well. So we can see everything updated and everything looks good. And if we click on the photos, everything still works. So that looks good to me. And what we should also double check as well, actually, is we should double check our local storage. And what we should see as we change our main photo, we'd also want to see this URL updating as well. So let's give that a go, and we'll edit photos once again, and let's click on this main photo, and we can see that updating in local storage as well. So we're all good. And what we'll do is take a look at next is deleting the photo. We'll take care of the other button inside here.